Welcome to another edition of Smalltalk for You. This morning I wanted to take a look at cloning your NV repository, which is a good idea to do in case you want to have a backup of your repository, which, since you're always connected to your repository using VA, and it's where all your source code goes, is probably a good idea. So let's go over here to the Tools menu under System, and you're going to notice that I'm logged in here. I'm going to change myself to Library Supervisor in a moment, because if I try to clone the library as myself, watch what happens. I'm going to go ahead and clone the library, and it's going to give me an error. And the reason it's giving me an error is that as myself, I'm not allowed to do this. So what I'm going to do is Tools, System, Change User, become Library Supervisor, and then what I'm going to do is Tools, System, Clone Library. And now what it's going to do is prompt me for an IP address if I were using server-based. I'm not, so I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to go in here to the Manager directory, which is one up and over here. And in here, I'm going to change this to MGR 852 and hit OK, and then I'm going to just make it a 16 gig repository, and you're going to see a bunch of stuff happen here in the transcript, and also over here in this directory eventually you'll see a file appear. Now this is going to take a little while to clone the 16 gigabyte repository. It's not an automatic thing, it's going to take a bit, so let me just pause this recording while that happens. So now that I've done that, you see the messages here in the transcript, and if I come down here, you'll see the file is in here in this directory. So let's go ahead and we'll go to Tools and change our default directory just to show that everything is the way it should be. So we'll change default library, say no. Over here, we're not going to bother putting anything in because, again, I'm not using a server-based repository. I'll hit OK, select 852, the new repository, and once that hooks back up, what we'll do is we'll go over here to Tools, Manage Applications, and let's just make sure Glorp Demo App, something we've been working on recently in screencasts, is in here. So we'll go down here, Glorp, scroll up a bit, Glorp Demo App, 1.7, which is the last one I published, and everything seems to be there. So I've cloned a repository, hooked back up to the new repository, and everything seems to be just the way I left it. So this is how you can back things up and make sure you have another clean version of the repository based on whatever you have now. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with whatever Smalltalk you're using.